Hello, and welcome to Sleep Stories with the Slumbering Seagull. These videos were made to help you sleep. So wherever you are, underneath the sun or underneath the stars, get relaxed and comfortable and let yourself drift away. Amelia was happy to see that people were recovering. There was a major question that plagued her mind. Why are they all getting sick in the first place? Kyle walked up to Amelia and asked her if she needed to take a break. They both stepped outside, and Kwame joined them. We have to figure this out fast. There is no way that the viper attacked each person one by one in this village. They all would have spoken about being attacked. Something must be contaminated. Could it be something in the food? It's the water, Kyle exclaimed. The realization dawned on him as he spoke. The village was divided. One portion relied on piped water, while the other drew directly from the river. That viper guy was dripping wet when I ran into him too, now that I think about it. He must have been doing something in the river. Okay, I'm going to alert the doctors, Amelia said in a rush. Kwame, will you come with me to check on the Nile Sift Pro? Kyle ran up to the machine to examine it. Ah, Shukra! Just as he had feared. Kwame looked at him unsure. Oh, sorry, it means sugar. This is a disaster, my friend. The filters have been stolen and the membranes have been damaged. These components are essential. We need to replace them right away. Kwame nodded. Consider it done. Give me a list and I'll go get the items you need to fix the purifier. He checked around to make sure no one was watching. He sped away to get all the supplies that Kyle required. Meanwhile, Amelia was trying to alert the doctors and the leaders of their discovery. The lead doctor told her to get some samples from the river and come back to run tests. She quickly gathered the samples she needed and began tests. Kwame was back in no time with everything on Kyle's list and a 5-gallon jug of clean water. I'll ask the elders to request water trucks from the provincial health officials. After that, I'll bring as many jugs here as I possibly can. Perfect. I'll pay for as much water as you can get. Sounds good. Thank you, said Kyle. It took about 30 minutes, but Kyle was able to fix the water purifying system. Just as he finished up, his phone buzzed. Amelia. He picked up. Amelia, what's up? Amelia spoke quickly. Kyle, I'm still running tests, but I need to tell you something. I've been interviewing patients and some of the villagers think that the cause of the sickness is from your work and your company. I don't believe it, but I wanted to let you know. There's some distrust among the people. The elders want to meet with you as soon as you're able to. Kyle was sorry to hear some of the villagers were thinking this was somehow his fault or the fault of Fountain of Life Innovations. I understand. I'll head over there right now. The water purifier system is up and running, so anyone willing can get their water from it. I'll be there in a moment. The village leaders met with Kyle in a large meeting room at the community center. I will respectfully abide by whatever decision you make. I just ask you to please give us some time to pinpoint the true reason for this terrible occurrence. Neither FLI or myself would ever want to harm any of your people, Kyle said. How sure are you that your machine and new company building upriver isn't the cause? One of the leaders inquired. I'm 100% sure that FLI is not to blame for this. As for the machine, it was tampered with, but there was no water coming from it when I examined it. The spigot was stuffed. The chief operating officer emailed me earlier to tell me himself that our CEO can't come as quickly as he would like, but he promised both of them would be here in 3 days. The honking of trucks sounded outside. Security came in and explained that the trucks with water had arrived, and the chief compliance officer at the Zamani River FLI location had arrived as well. Finley Jones greeted the village leaders and Kyle. He shared reports of 3 previous projects in the neighboring countries. There had never been any issues like this ever before. He also spoke of Kyle's high standards and excellent performance history as one of their best field mechanical engineers. Kwame was seated in the back with a few other observers from the village. The village leaders took a moment to discuss amongst themselves. Okay, Mr. O'Sullivan, Mr. Jones, we want to open the floor to the people. Speak now if you have something to say about all this, the leader declared. A woman raised her hand. Surprisingly, it was Zeze's mother. I love this village, and I love the Zamani River, but we all know the water is no good. Me and many other ladies have been walking 3 miles just to get water. My family is blessed that this man and his company have come from far away to help us. My family was one of the first to start drinking water from that machine. It has been operating for weeks, and we have been doing so well because of it. The other ladies in the room cheered her on in agreement. I do not know exactly what is the matter, but we should not shoo these people away. Let our people and their people investigate and find the answer, and we can go from there. Look, a cure came from Kyle's friend Amelia as well. I know I can only speak for myself, but I know these are good people. The leaders listened and thought about her words. Okay, thank you, Mama Zeze. Anyone else? A second hand rose, and Mr. Yenda stood up. Brothers and sisters, I witnessed the day that Mr. O'Sullivan came to my class and gave a short lecture to the children. Even before that, we had conversation about the project, and I could see the passion in his heart to help us. Our village was very slowly getting piping and a water system built, but all of that takes time and money. In the meantime, as we work on development, we need stepping stones to keep moving forward, especially for the sake of our children. Because my family had a home with a proper water system, it lifted us up. My mother was able to teach part-time and help me stay on track. She didn't have to exhaust herself getting water. My father was able to extend his farm and sell enough produce to take care of most of our expenses. Clean water was fundamental to my survival and my success. I advise that we do not waste this chance. On top of that, I watched this man, tears welled up in his eyes, protect the children with his life. I didn't see the man, but the intruder came through nearby the school. I've reported everything to the principal, and I can send a copy of the incident report to you. That, to me, does not coincide with the idea that Mr. O'Sullivan is out here with a purpose to cause harm. Thank you, Mr. Ienda. Please do. We did hear of this, and the authorities have been notified. All right. Anyone else? The room fell silent. The leader spoke amongst themselves once more. All right, Mr. O'Sullivan and Mr. Jones, we welcome you to continue to work here. We appreciate your ongoing work. Please keep us informed about your discoveries. Thank you for meeting with us, and we commend your courage in safeguarding the school children. The meeting ended, and many of the villagers present said a word of thanks to Kyle and Mr. Jones. Kwame and Kyle walked together over to where Amelia was conducting her testing. Have you found anything? Kyle asked. I'm almost there, Amelia said, looking through a telescope. Any minute now. How was the meeting? Oh, Kyle let out a sigh of relief. They're allowing me to stay and keep working. They will post security guards around the water purification system to make sure it doesn't get vandalized again. A relieved smile grew on Amelia's face. I'm glad you'll be staying. Kyle and Amelia locked eyes until Amelia coyly looked away to bring her attention back to the telescope. Her smile changed into a look of shock. She scrambled some notes in her notepad and jumped onto the computer to send out copies of her results. It's the water, for certain. There are toxins in it that resemble snake venom. I'm updating all the village leaders and the doctors. I'm sending the information to my boss as well. I think I know the identity of the Viper. I believe his real name is Nyokota Idowo. Guys, we have to find him and rid him of these unnatural poisoning abilities. We don't want to give him a chance to do this again. Early the next morning, they took a boat to go farther down the river. They made sure to wear protective suits and to avoid contact with the water.